Okay, it's July the 20th, 2023, and as you saw in the recording, the finance of the United States District Court, the clerk of the court waived the $2 and even wrote it on a receipt. But instead, on 1/31/23, I received this order stating that I had 21 days to pay the $2, even though the finance and the clerk of the court waived the $2 because it was a mistake on their part. Let me show you. Turn it over. This is what the judge stated in an order. It just shows you how corrupt this situation is, and it has become a business. Lady Justice has become a whore. And again, this is the gentleman who wrote this order saying that I needed to pay the $2, even though it was waived, even though it was a mistake on their part. Again, here is the receipt the young lady gave me. And at the bottom, she states that they were accepting the $400 because it was a mistake on their part, not mine. But the judge said, no, you're gonna need to pay the $2. Okay. And then on 2/13/2023, after receiving that order, I went down and got a money order for $2 to pay a corrupt system. Okay? Stand by, more to come. This is going to be a very interesting thing because I'm requesting people lose their jobs and charges be brought up on violating my Constitution and civil rights if this case gets dismissed. It's clearly that there's a problem in our justice system, and it all stems from people having this absolute immunity, qualified immunity, and immunity. This needs to be taken off the books and start holding these people accountable. They don't even follow their own procedures passed down by the legislation in Washington, D.C. As you heard in the video before this one, the procedures are very clear. Once I pay my fee and the clerk of the court sees that the summons is correct, everything is filled out correct, they're supposed to give me my summons so that I can serve these defendants. That's not what happened. They held these summons for 90 days, saying that the marshals would serve them. You're going to see these recordings. This recording has been all the way up to the default and further. The clerk of the court says the marshals are going to serve them. And I asked him several times, that's not what your procedure says. But he never gave me the summons back. And they held it for 90 days, giving these defendants ample time to do something. And what they did was went out and made fictitious arrests on the plaintiff, which is me, falsifying criminal activity where they lost in civil court, in criminal court every time. Okay? Remind you, anything a party files in the clerk of the court, it goes to the opposite, your opponent. Me filing this complaint, they notified these defendants that they were about to be sued. Okay? You're going to see an order where the judge even notified them that they had so many days to file an answer with this complaint, and they didn't. And I gave them ample time even though before I even filed a default judgment. This is total corruption that is taking place in our federal courts. And if they do this with a civil court, just imagine what they're doing with the criminals in this matter in our courts today. Okay, these individuals, these defendants, were notified that a civil lawsuit was filed in the court. Okay, before they even gave me the summons back, it took 90 days before the clerk of the court gave me the summons to serve on these people. And then I served it on them, which you're going to see, which I recorded. And now the judge says I didn't serve them. I got to give them a repeat, serve them again. It's not going to happen. I'm going to take jobs with this one. So we're waiting for him to dismiss this case so that we can take it to the next level. But like I told you people, you free people, I'm not working about the bootlickers and the ass kissing, because they're lost in the sauce anyway. It is time we take control of our government and our judicial system and make Lady Justice blind again. This is total corruption. And what these individuals don't like is that a layman is beating them at their own game. They wanted me to lawyer up. Let me explain something to you free people out there. Lawyers' first obligation is to the courts. And that's something we should change also. The first obligation for a lawyer is to his client, not the courts. We should separate these lawyers from the courts so that they can represent their clients in a very strong and strict way. These people call up these lawyers and make deals outside of the courtroom, outside of their clients, and their clients never know what is going on. But you're going to be interested when you watch the rest of these recordings, how this unfolds. Like I say, we're still waiting for this judge to make an order saying he's dismissing my case because I didn't serve these people. The funny thing about it is, these individuals were not only served by me, they were served by the clerk of the court, and they never wrote an answer to the complaint. Saying that you're representing somebody is not an answer under the judicial proceedings and rules. Never did it. And then you have some of these defendants, they didn't even respond at all. But now the judge wants to dismiss, because he can't dismiss half of it, saying that they weren't served. He's got to do it all. And that's going to cost him his job and his seat as a judge if he do it. So you all stand by. Bootlickers, keep writing. Keep responding. You're making my platform grow. And get your friends and your family members to join, because it's not working with me. Stand by. More to come. More videos.